Good Saturday morning. Wow, looky here, everybody. I've been blessed. I have, thanks to the kid, I have a Jeep Wagoneer. Wow, everybody. That's pretty cool. You know what? That's pretty cool. Actually, I guess I'll throw some garbage in there now, even though I'm tempted to wait till I kind of round everything up to do that. But I don't know. How's this garbage can? As usual, too full. It's the garbage run, everybody. And got Popcorn still sleeping, getting his rest. I head down and get rid of the garbage. But everything still has that real loud tick. A little bit, but boy, when we first drove this thing, that was so, that tick was pretty overwhelming. It was borderline like, wow, does this thing have motor issues? I don't know if I told you guys this, but you know what they wanted at the dealership? Since this car basically is out of warranty, the guy wanted an $8,000 for an extended warranty in his car. And I'm like, no way. Like, forget that. It's a Mopar warranty, but the kid's capped. People on my channel, only way it's going down is because the Julia has better credit than me. And but the banks cap it. They're not going to give her a lot of money. So, you know, so the thing about these vehicles, somebody on my channel watched me, like, oh, you're getting your daughter-in-law's dead. It's like, no, the banks won't do that. She's too young. So she doesn't get a big amount of money. It's like that Ram truck. We only financed $25,000. So when he turned that truck in, you know, the truck was worth every bit of what we pretty much got into it. So there's no like negative equity in that vehicle. Well, it's the same thing with this car here. The bank is only going to loan X amount of dollars to Julia. So they're not gonna loan her, you know, $40,000-$50,000. So the good news is this isn't really a very heavy debted vehicle, and it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have it. But the real point is, when you buy this car, the bank's not going to buy $8,000 worth of warranty in his vehicle. So you have to go outside of the loan. And then I know for a fact, for over the years, Mopar sells these extended warranties on a monthly payment plan. Well, yeah. Like, I was telling guys, like, there's no way we're signing up for like a 2-year loan on $8,000 or $9,000. You know, that's going to be like a $400. We're not signing up for these big things. But I haven't done my research yet. I need to, because the only downside in the state of Virginia is when you buy these vehicles from a used car lot, it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50, whatever goes wrong, 30 days, 1,000 miles. It's not like Carvana. So if that vehicle, let's just say for the hell of it, that vehicle's motor went bad within 30 days, 1,000 miles, and it's just 20 grand, I have to spend 10 grand. You know, I'll be responsible for 10 grand to fix that car. So I definitely need to find extended warranty on that car, because it's 81,000 miles. You know, any vehicles like that with 80,000+ miles, there's no doubt the transmission, air conditioning, electronics, there's so many variables that can play out that car very quickly. Yeah. So that's whole another project. But really the conversation is, I've been blessed for the kid to have the availability to help get yet another thing. Whoa! Right, look at that. That probably just blew open. Oh, you know, my house refrigerator has way too much crap in it. This refrigerator, and I'm trying to get the dog food. It just doesn't end. Too much stuff, everybody. Too much crap. That's all life is. Too much stuff. Oh, my goodness. Hey there, Gypsy baby. So, yeah, I've already fed. The wife's gone, so now I'm taking care of the other dogs, and I'm taking care of these dogs, and taking care of my dad, taking care of my regular routine. I mean, you know, it definitely changes everything until you've taken care of an elderly person. You know, you don't get it. And now I got my shoes over here. I got this over here. It just doesn't end. Too much crap, everybody. Got my helmets out here. Never did go ride the motorcycles because my dad didn't really even get going yesterday till late in the morning, but it just isn't right time to do that right now. It wouldn't be a very long ride for my father. And my father had me on my channel. Oh, my father, if you go to 2024, the last time you guys probably really saw my father on my channel was November and early December 2024. If you look at my father in the last year and a half of how much he's changed. Yeah, so my dad, I don't know if my glasses are working or not. My father, his deterioration, his life, his quality of life is changed dramatically. Yeah, it really has. It's very challenging. My dad's, you know, it's tough, everybody. Very tough. His mobility, I mean, I have to honestly say my dad is right at the edge of even being able to get himself, lift himself up. I mean, he is so, I mean, with my dad 6 months from now, I mean, sincerely, what is the state of my father 6 months from now? I don't know, man. It's not good, everybody. So he requires a lot of help. And he can't hear. He has to have hearing aids. And his memory. But what we're seeing is his memory. He'll ask you, you'll tell him something, and then shortly, just not even a few minutes later, he can't remember. He can't remember that conversation. If you watched my channel yesterday, he'll tell you stories from him being a little 4-year-old, 5-year-old boy that he can remember. But that's the thing, and he knows about how the brain starts to deteriorate. And as you're older, you can't remember anything, but you remember things so long ago. So yeah, so my dad's health definitely has, and that's what my one sister was saying. Is like, if you don't come down and see Dad soon, I don't know if you'll see your father again. So mine was really just here in the last few months, my one sister was really starting to say, you know, you better come down. So you have to say to yourself, my father, I think he understands life and everything else. And I think that's one reason he's here is because he probably feels like, yeah. But the biggest thing for him right now is it's definitely a nice change. So for everybody in the family, including himself, it's definitely been beneficial for him to have the change of routine, and it's beneficial to help my brother and 2 sisters as well for their routine. So that's a good thing. So it's up here, and as far as how I stay, when my dad talks, I don't think my dad will be up here. I can't see my dad being up here long term. This weather up here for him, the cold months would just, you know, there's no way. So my guess is when my dad be up here a few weeks, I would say he will. Will he be up here for like the next 2-3 months? Be up here the next 2-3 months? No, but I would actually say when my father would go back home, would I possibly see my father per se? You know, sure, I would see my father, but as far as his ability to get around, whoops, I don't want to do that yet. As far as his ability to get around, I just can't see it. I can't see that just in the time I've been in Florida, come up here, now he's come to see me a year and a half later, his deterioration of health. And I think it just goes exponential as you get older. I have to honestly say my dad right now is borderline able to push him. You know, when he goes to push himself up to get up, you know, it's all the might in the world. I have to grab him and pick him up a lot of times. So it is, but that's life. Hey, you know, the joy of getting old in life, man. It's the worst. And that's what I say to my dad. It's like, God wants you to die. God designed all of us to eventually become so decrepit that you want to leave this world, man. You don't want to be here no more. I mean, I don't want to be in that shape. I'd rather just, I say it all the time, I'd rather I would take 88 great years and just not wake up one day instead of living like my father and my mother. Like my mother, the last 2 years of her life, it was so bad. It was the worst. My dad now witnessing his last few years of life, you know, it's not good, everybody. And so for me as a person, I would take 88 years and just not wake up one day and had a good life versus having the last few years where I'm just struggling to survive and get out of bed and stand up and go to the bathroom, and the list goes on and on, everybody. But let's make the best of it. Which my dad last night made him a nice, I made him a nice meal, and that's what I'm doing, making him a good meal. And then today, we'll maybe take him out and get a nice little breakfast just to change it up. Hey, Princey, I'm out of garbage bags out here. So, and then yesterday was just a lot of content that I just shared with you. The dad and I in the car, you know, nothing really exciting, but it's more about just sharing what's going on. That's really all it's about. In my chapters of my channel that you guys watch and participate, and that's what it is. So, gonna go to the garbage. And like I said, I've got my Grand Wagoneer now because nothing's gonna blow out of the vehicle. So you go down the trucks. Sometimes something blows out of the bed. So this is just really a nice vehicle for the money. We paid $35,000 for it. That's how much you paid for it. They paid off the Ram, no negative equity. And yeah, this was an auction rental car, and they probably paid $30,000 to $31,000. But what people don't realize is, if there's no money in the game, for Fellows Dodge, Sam really does take good care of us. He works with us. He really does. He does a great job, and it's family for me. The family knows me. Everybody knows you there, and for me, they made money off of this. But if they didn't make money off of it, then they wouldn't deal with me. I wouldn't want to deal with anybody like that either. So the point is, yeah, I would be willing to bet trade value of this vehicle is $28,000 to $30,000. That'd be my guess because of the high mileage. But it's good to know the high mileage is because the rental car, because it was more of an over-the-road car, I think, than more than just stop and go, get in and out. So I'm happy about that aspect of it. And it is in really nice shape, per se. So that's a great thing, everybody. So I was blessed I would have never thought this played out. And it's the perfect vehicle to really get my father around and all the choices of cars at this time. So there it is. I'm going to shut the hell up. So I hope everybody has a blessed Saturday. Stay tuned for more Popcorn Adventures.